Are we good? Are we good? Yes, we are. Hello everybody. What's up? It's BigJackFilms here. Welcome to another live stream. I am glowing like a heavenly angel. So sorry this one is a little bit late night, around the half-hour mark before normally people go to bed around midnight, our time. But I gotta get you guys stuff, so here I am trying to get back to the weekly live streams. It's been a weird day today. I've been a little bit tired, a little bit rough around the edges, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm in good spirits. Hi, GTs. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Hello, Triassic Fighters. I hope you guys are in like certain coasts, which is fun. But yeah. Hi, Anthony. Good to see you. So yeah, just a couple things just to get off right off the bat. It's been kind of a weird week for me. I've been mostly focused on work again. Hope you all love the Chicken Run review. If you have any questions about that, please follow through. Hi, Dr. Waluigi. Oh my God. There's an Android 18 on the stream. That's hilarious. But yeah, just hope everybody's good. Outside of just that, hi, Noboruto. I'm working, actually, good news, on my Christmas special. Yeah, we're getting a Christmas special this year. You're actually getting two. You're getting a Christmas card, which I'm working on at the moment. And then on top of that, working on, essentially, a Christmas review, like a movie review. And for the Android 18 in the chat, I don't know who that is. It's an anime theme. It's anime themed. It's going to be really fun. But there's a lot happening on that end. It's really exciting. There's a lot going on. So I can't say what it is. I'm hoping to have a trailer out next week, or actually this Friday, because I'm hoping to have this out for Christmas. Because it is, I'll just say this, it's anime, but it's kind of Christmas themed. So you guys can look forward to that. I'm going to hopefully work on the next episode and just so on. But yeah, things are good. But outside of that, yeah, glad I got the Chicken Run review done. Episodes are being worked on right now. Like, videos are doing extremely well. Thank you all so much for watching the what is it? The thank you all so much for watching the new episode and the new reaction videos and stuff. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, things are good. Hang on, I'm just texting somebody for a sec. And I'm just gonna quickly just kind of put that. Whatever. Anyway, but to the point. Yeah, things are good. I'm a little tired today because I've been working around the clock on this special. But I think you guys are really gonna like it. It's going to be really fun to put together. But there's that. All right, let's see. Let's answer some questions here. BigJackFilms, since you did own your own King Kong film, is there any chance you could do a Godzilla one? I've been tinkering with the idea of a Godzilla concept. And I have some ideas of what I want to do with it. I don't know what I would do, like, in terms of like how I could get it funded and make a film. But yeah, that's an idea I definitely want to do at some point. Yeah, just texting a few people. But anyway, to the point. So that's an idea I've been wanting to do for a while. Hey Jack, are you excited I'm excited for your special, by the way, about to watch Zilla. I'm glad because I have nothing to do. Enjoy a lot of fish. Hey Jack, have you seen the Carnosaur films? I have, actually. Believe it or not, they are, when I talk about the Jurassic Park Legacy reviews, they are going to be mentioned, not just the films, but the book as well. I have seen, I can't remember who did that amazing 2-part video essay on the Carnosaur trilogy. I don't know if he's doing another one for the sequels, but I hope he does, because there's 2 more that are like really bad. But I really liked what he did there, so count me in on him doing another, set. Like, I do like the Carnosaur films. I've been on production of Kong 40 Years Later when I'm in Christmas for school. Okay, cool. That sounds great. Have you seen a movie called Them from 1954? I have, with the giants. That shit's cool. I love that stuff. What do you think you'll do other Aardman stuff. Part of me wants to cover Curse of the Were-Rabbit, maybe. I'm not going to do Chicken Run 2. I think I'm just going to do that as an opening night. I think, when does that come out? Does it come out this week on Netflix? I'll have to wait. But you'll probably get an opening night either Friday or something like that if you guys want. But I'm probably going to talk about it because the first review did really well. But I thought about talking about Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I definitely want to do more DreamWorks stuff. My girlfriend has pressured me to do Shrek. And I'm just like, don't make me open that can of ogres. Please. I don't want to. I want to more likely talk about Road to El Dorado, if anything. That is on the list. Let's see. Thoughts on the Mean One, a.k.a. the Grinch horror movie? I mean, the first live-action Grinch movie was, even when I was a kid, I think it's because the way they advertised the first one, it was kind of scary. So I think they're actually literally doing it. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't know anything much about the horror film. Do you believe the superhero movies will die out like the Westerns? I mean, we're kind of already seeing it. I think people are just tired of it, and if anything, people are picky about it. For me, I only go to see two certain superhero movies. I either see a Batman movie or a Spider-Man movie. That's really all I care about at this point. Was not expecting the George Carlin reactive video at all. Actually, begging the first season of Thomas and Friends when you posted it. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was something that was coming for a long time to essentially finish that series. I'm glad it's done. So I don't ever have to get pestering about it again, but it was fun to look at the final chapter. But I also wanted to end it with that sort of opening scene, which I hope you guys liked. That was fun. Was seeing me kind of just fight the thumbnail. Kudos to my girlfriend for actually helping me out with that, which was cool. It was really fun to put all that together. She shot that. We just shot that on a whim on my phone. Then afterwards, we went to Jack Astor's and had a couple of drinks. It was really fun. I usually get the fishbowl, which is like that blue drink. Really good stuff, actually. It looks like FDT juice, essentially. I'm glad I'm on Christmas break because I might have some videos I need to get done before Christmas. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing it. Have I seen Harry Potter? Or Harry Potter? I've seen Harry Potter, like the books, but not Harry Potter. Is that like Harry and the Hendersons? Do you have any plans utilizing fight choreography for future reviews? So for those wondering what that test video was, so I, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, have been attending a thing called, a group called Rapier Wit, which is a fight class here in Toronto. It's a walk-in class, but it's really fun. We've been learning different types of weapons and techniques. The first class was, fist fighting. I missed out on the second class, which was guns, because I'm not really a big fan of firearms, but maybe someday I'll try that one out for shits and giggles. But then then there was the swords, which I really like. That's right up my alley. So we were literally, I actually have one here because I just got these returned. We're using these type of swords, these sabers with the epee blades, and it was really fun to learn certain techniques and footwork and stuff, which I actually had to utilize for a few projects. So it was good to get some new techniques about footwork and stuff, which was fun. But then this week, it was Monday when I went, it was whip classes. So I actually got to learn how to use the whip a little more, which are good for future videos. And then next week is longsword. It's the last class before Christmas. And I'm looking forward to that because you're going to be like Aragorn up in this shit. It's going to be awesome. But kudos to Rapier Wit. They are an amazing class here in Toronto. If you guys ever want to learn about stage combat, I'll look them up. Did I see Jurassic Park survival game? Yeah, I kind of did. If you guys want me to do a reaction video to that, let me know. That might do a good video. I don't know. But it might be an idea. I've kind of just seen images of it. I haven't seen the full game footage, but from what I heard, it's really good. What do you think the title for Godzilla -1 sequel -2? I mean, -2 just means we're going to get another monster, so like Anguirus or something. I kind of want them to remake King Kong versus Godzilla. I brought that up at one point. What's your favorite Steven Spielberg movie? If you've seen my top 30 favorite movies, it's Jaws, hands down. Have I seen Alligator? I've heard of that one. I have not seen that one. I think I have it in my archives, so I'll have to look. Best movie of 2023. That's, you know what? Godzilla -1 is. I'm with everybody else. It's the best movie of the year. I've seen a lot of. There hasn't been that many good movies this year. I mean, I've only seen 3 that I consider my favorite. My top 3 favorites, ironically, all having kind of dinosaurs in them. Godzilla -1, Transformers Rise of the Beasts, of all things, was one of my favorite movies of the year. And 65, the one that everybody has already forgotten about and that pisses me off. 65 was great. Maybe someday I'll review it and give it the recognition it deserves. Do you think Godzilla -1 will get nominated for an Academy Award? Probably Best Foreign Language Film is what I would like to see it nominated for, if anything. Okay. What are your thoughts on the trailer for Kung Fu Panda 4? I haven't even seen the first 3 films or the cartoon. I love it. I love it. It's a decent series from what I heard. But I've never watched it. And my Kong movie comes out 24. Maybe someday, hopefully. Yeah, Godzilla was a good movie. It was a really good film. I heard Toho wants to direct other cinematic universes, and G1 would be the beginning of it. Thoughts on that? Again, I kind of want King Kong versus Godzilla. I want to see them do a more serious take on that. I think that should be the next step. I would say skip Anguirus. If anything, have Anguirus make a cameo, but I would rather just see that done. Have I seen Aga? I already answered that question. Just a couple of rules, guys. Just make sure you don't answer the question 3 times. You think you should practice all sword fighting styles from around the world, so maybe someday you could become the greatest swordsman fighter in the world? Well, in my show, this is an interesting question, because in my show, it is established that my character is actually a decent swordsman. He is sort of a master swordsman, but I mean, like, he could still, like, take a cut or bruise here and there if he's not careful. But the idea is with my character, when he travels to Eldoria, where he meets Cedric, if you watch the Ready Player One episode, lore time, everybody, he basically is taught how to fight and how to be a great leader. And so one of the things he does is that Wizard Cedric sends him to different multiverses, and basically declares himself as, you know, like, he says, well, if you're going to go sword fight, if you learn to fight and use the sword, you got to learn from the greatest swordsman of all time. So who does he go to? He takes him to California to go to Zorro and teach him how to sword fight, is sort of the idea we're going to, is what he does there. So he trained under Zorro. He learned how to do archery. He trained under Robin Hood. He learned certain details from here and there from certain great characters of Renaissance. But yeah, I mean, like, there's different sword fighting he has picked up over the years. Did you know Toho? Okay. And now for some obscure French folklore. If you drink 3 glasses of milk and place with the cat whiskers underneath your pillow, you've been goblin tickle under. What the fuck? Okay, then. Wow. Okay, look, I get it's a late night stream, but it's not an after dark stream, guys. Holy shit. This isn't OnlyFans. What the hell? If Toho does remake of King Kong versus Godzilla, but with the ton of minus, well, it'd be freaking awesome. That's what I'm saying. And then we can actually compare between Hollywood and Toho and wonder who does it best. I mean, at this point, King Kong is kind of in the public domain, so they might as well. Did you know Godzilla versus Gamera movie almost happened Toho? Yeah, that was stupid of them. Really dumb. I have seen Psycho. Love it. It's one of my favorite Hitchcock movies. That's another list I've thought about doing, is like the top 10 horrific Hitchcock films. Just something I could do on the side, which would be fun. If you want to watch the Greatest Swordsman, watch One Piece. Oh, not that, Zorro. No, I won't watch One Piece. It's too long. I'm here, everyone, just watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, awesome. Awesome, fantastic. Really looking forward to seeing you cover that. Just watch it. I heard it's good. What fan theory did you like that was a Kong theory? Ooh. Okay, are we talking MonsterVerse? Are we talking like movies in general? I would say, like, a theory I have is that, I mean, like, the best lore theory comes from Skull Island and Natural History, which is one of the best examples of, like, lore. That's the one I mostly follow. When are you going to review more King Kong fan films? That's a good question. One moment. That's a good question. One of the things I've thought about, because there have been more fan films that have come out, I've thought about doing it. And one of the things I really want to do is, first of all, I've got a 5-part Kong Return of the King Kong reviews, which you guys are really going to like. It's going to hopefully come out in March. I've got a trailer set up and everything. But after that, I got to do a very requested episode on Parody Corner that somebody has asked me to do for a while. And then I think it's 2 of them. And then after that, I'm going to go back into just like a random routine of Kong reviews. Let's see here. Oh, we got a super chat. Again, guys, super chats are always welcome. Thank you so much. Divine Comedy Productions. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. $4.99 super chat. So awesome that you got a girlfriend. You're really on a roll, and I'm really happy for you. Thank you so much. Like, it's been weird because this year, I mean, outside of me doing my 10th anniversary special, which was a huge progress to put together and get done, honestly, low-key, this year, the best way I can describe 2023 is exhaustion. I have been very tired, and I have been very physically and mentally exhausted, where that's why you haven't seen many videos this year, unfortunately. I just ran out of fumes. I think Ready Player One really did that to me, but we're coming back stronger. We're just taking our time with things. That's one of the things we have to do kind of going forward. But when my girlfriend showed up, we started dating in like September. We've been going at it for 4 months, and she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. I would not be where I'm at right now, back into the swing of things without her. She just gives me such a positive vibe, and it's such a positive energy that I really need. And it's just so wonderful. So again, thank you so much for that super chat, Divine Comedy Productions. Again, if you guys want to really get things going, please donate to the channel, support our Patreon. That really helps. The theory of the MonsterVerse is that Congo 5 takes place in this universe. No, I know Jackson wanted Adam Wingard to do a sequel, but I really doubt it. I wish Gamera 4 would be made because Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris ended on a cliffhanger. Didn't they kind of do that with Gamera the Brave? Is that canon? I've only seen bits of Gamera. I'm not the biggest fan of it. No, my favorite Gamera movie is a movie people forget about, and it's technically a Christmas movie, Love and Peace. That is a weird drug-induced movie, but you know what? It's sweet, it's charming, it's adorable. It's from Japan, and it's got a great kaiju scene with a little turtle called Picodon, who is fucking adorable. I'm also happy to see you have a girlfriend. A huge thing for you. Sorry about the fire as well. Remember, really shocked and scared. Yeah, it was on the 5th floor. There was, when I heard, some bad shit happen there. But right now, actually, they're going to be at this for a long time, is reconstruction and with the insurance and stuff. Though our landlords have said, please get everything insured, which we're doing. We're cataloging literally everything in this apartment. So just in case shit hits the fan, we have everything backed up. But again, thank you so much for the support there. I really appreciate it. It always helps, Patreon and stuff, and you guys helping out is always wonderful and greatly accepted. I'd rather be surprised Oppenheimer isn't considered for one of your favorite movies. It was a good movie. Like, I had a good time. I forgot about that one. That's number 4. I would say that's the lowest on the list. It's still a good movie. I just think it's a little too long, basically. As someone who is a fan of your 10 years, Jack, I just want to be honest with you. I'm happy with your girlfriend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All of you. Everybody, thank you so much. Sorry, I got to go. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Dr. Ramsey. Really appreciate that. Everybody on the count of 3, wish him a fair 1, 2, 3. It's awesome. What is your favorite Kong design? 76, but what's your favorite Godzilla design? Ooh, it's really a tie. I mean, I love what -1 did with them. I love Shin Godzilla, but I really like GMK. GMK is still one of my favorite designs of the series as a whole. That's a great design. Let's see here. What if Kong 76 was remastered? It was actually, Mr. Sponge Plush. Studio Canal just put out a 4K release literally last year, and you can definitely check it out there. Please do. I haven't gotten a copy yet. It's just been hard to find. I don't even have the King Kong Lives Blu-ray yet, but I want to get it. But definitely find it there. I have all the Godzilla toys. Oh, nice. Have you ever seen the Tremors films? I would like to see a remake in the spirit of the A.D. Blood movie. I think Tremors is fine. I don't really think it needs to be remade. Hey, Jack, being a Kong 76 fan, I love his name, Dr. Buffoni. That's great. If you had a chance to make another movie story in that universe, prequel, midquel, legacy sequel, how would you do it? I would do neither. What I would do is a biopic on the making of the film. Because much like Jaws and the original and Jurassic Park, it has a great behind-the-scenes story that has yet to be told, is what I want to see. I want to see biopics. Why do we need remakes? instead of remaking movies, why don't you do biopics on the making of these movies? So that way people can go back and watch the original and actually get the same experience you would in a remake. That's what I would do. Just my opinion. Thoughts on Rise of Kong? First of all, I have not played it because I don't have any new consoles. And second of all, that game sucks from what I heard. Can I just say poor Dean had to suffer through that. My man at Fandemic, poor guy had to suffer through that shit. I feel really bad for him. Like, I cannot believe he had to go through all that shit so bad. Oh my god. But I heard it's really, really shit. Let's see. When are you going to review the World of Comic Books? I'm planning to do maybe a book update episode at some point. Again, I've got a few episodes I'm backing up, but I'll keep you guys posted. Funniest movie I've ever seen. Oh, what's my favorite comedy? I mean, I brought this up in my top 10 or top 30 favorite movies. Probably South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, is still one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. That is just a hoot and a howl in terms of comedy. One of my favorites. I'm here. Did I miss something? No, you missed the first 20 minutes. We're just doing a Q&A stream because today's been kind of tiring. I've actually mostly spent the day sleeping. Back in September, I met the voice actor SpongeBob, Tom Kenny. Oh, I heard he's a nice guy, Tom. I've always wanted to meet him. How would you feel if What If Godzilla was in King Kong 2005 fanfiction? I don't like the idea of people trying to force the Jackson film into a franchise. I think it's fine on its own, and I think Jackson wants to keep it that way. How's 18? I mean, I don't know. You're gonna have to find out when we get back to the Kong reviews. Things are slowly moving in motion in terms of production. So, and you've got a Christmas special coming up that will expand the plot. Will you do a review on the Indiana Jones movies? You know, maybe. I don't know what I could put into it that is really that opinionated like everybody else. I mean, if I were to rank my favorites, I still prefer out of all of them the first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's still a genuinely good film. Temple of Doom, I think, is pretty solid, honestly. Essentially, Last Crusade, I think, is good, but I do think it copies a lot of Raiders. Crystal Skull has actually gotten a little better for me over time. And Title of Destiny was just fine. They're just fine movies, really. I love Indiana Jones. Like, that's the weird part about me making my fan film is that I'm very much a casual Indiana Jones fan. I just like the movies. I don't, gush over the fan base like most people do. I just like it. In the case between Universal and Paramount on making Kong 76 would make a great movie. Yeah, that's what I want to see, the court case. That'd be a great movie. Part 1. For Kong 76, I have the DVD from year 2005 and the release from 2017. If it has Jessica Lange on it, then that's the 2005 version. If it doesn't, it's the 2017 version. Imagine the Mummy reboot being more closer to the original 32 movie, not that garbage Tom Cruise movie or even the Brendan Fraser trilogy. I mean, I would have much preferred had they fixed the 2017 film, had Tom Cruise been the grandson of the O'Connells. That would have been cool. And if they just did something with it, but they didn't. I absolutely agree that Peter Jackson's self-contained. Exactly. Nice to see the Kong reviews are coming back from 90th anniversary. About a year. We missed the year. We missed a few anniversaries this year, but that's okay. It doesn't mean we don't do them. I mean, same thing with Jurassic Park. We missed, and even Star Wars prequels. I wanted this shit out in 2022, but that didn't happen. But these things now take a little bit more time to put together because of how things are. Oh, that's a good question from Toon King. What is your favorite portrayal of Santa Claus in movies or whatever in media? Oh, shit. What's my favorite Santa Claus in any movie? Oh, God. It's tough for me because there's so many incarnations of Santa Claus out there, it's kind of hard to pick. I mean, I actually kind of I'll say my favorite's traditional Santa Claus. I mean, for me, it's Richard Attenborough in the remake, A Miracle on 34th Street. I actually thought he was pretty good. I actually kind of liked him in Ernest Saves Christmas. I did like that it was the Sultan from Aladdin. But I'm trying to think some other versions of Santa that I liked. Oh, God. You know what? I really dig the one from the Rankin Bass films, both Mickey Rooney and the one from the Rudolph special. Those are some of my favorites. Fuck, John Goodman as Santa in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie. That's a good one. Probably Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton, but that's more of just me being a cynic, a sadistic fuck, because I do like that movie a lot. And also, I'll say this, a little other hint about my Christmas special. Santa does make an appearance, but not in the way you would think. I love those kind of Santa Clauses where you think it's Santa, but surprise, it's something way better or something like really interesting. Those are the ones I like. I really, you know what? I kind of like what they did with Santa in the Rugrats episode, The Santa Experience. That was a traditional Christmas special I used to watch every year. That's a good one as well. Yeah, there's been several. You know, I always like the Santa Claus they bring in for the Santa Claus parades in Toronto. Like, it's just, to me, I'm like, you know what? That's fucking Santa to me. That shit's cool. I don't know. Maybe, you know what? At some point, if I do another Christmas special after this, would anybody want me to bring in Santa Claus as part of the multiverse? I don't know what Santa would do, but I think I like, and I like, it's a weird thing. Like, I don't know if they've ever established Santa Claus in the Reviewerverse. Like, I know he was in the Captain S AVGN crossover, but has he appeared in really anything else? I mean, look, for the Reviewerverse, we have Santa Christ. We kind of don't need Santa Claus, but you know what? Maybe. I don't know who I would have, and that's the thing. If I'm going to get Santa Claus, I'm going to get somebody to actually do a damn good job at Santa Claus. Is all I say. Oh, the Tim Allen one. I actually want to bring this up. You brought this up, Toon King. You know, I'll be honest about this. I used to hate these movies. Absolutely hate them. And it's because I don't think those movies are funny. I don't think the movie itself is funny. I think it is a very boring, dragging mess of a film. The first one. I remember the second one a little bit. I kind of remember more the third one. And it's also because outside of Toy Story, I don't find Tim Allen that funny. I don't find him funny. Like, he's good as Buzz Lightyear, but that's it. And I remember watching that movie a lot, being forced to watch it. I really did not like the Santa Claus movies. But funny enough, I just watched it at my girlfriend's place maybe about like 3 weeks ago or something. And it was during like a little early holiday family get-together with her parents and shit. It was cool. But I watched it, and you know what? I kind of liked it a little bit better. Like, it's still not a good movie to me. Like, it's still not one of my favorite things to watch. But it was on TV. It was on Disney Plus. But you know what? It wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I remember it being. I mean, I kind of have a little bit more of appreciation for it now. But again, it's just dry on the humor. Now I can kind of understand the jokes. I will admit, like, the special effects for the time look pretty good, all things considered. But I never really cared for that especially when they tried to force it into a franchise. That made no fucking sense to me. It was weird. Hang on. Holy shit. We got to catch up. There's a lot of Santa comments. Hold up. I think Santa was in Linkara, but I might be wrong. I mean, depends how. I mean, you'll have to link me to that because I'm not too sure. Let's see here. I've been working on my first review. Awesome, Dean. Good to see ya. I prefer the third Indiana Jones. Okay, Last Crusade is good. Imagine a Creature for the Black Lagoon movie. Jackson was almost offered that, but he turned it down to do Kong 96. Are there any projects you're working on for other content creators at all? At the moment, not really. The only thing I'm kind of working on right now in terms of just help down the line is I've got a bit with Sean I'm going to be working on. And then with the return of Huey Two More, I'm probably going to be helping him out with one or two things. But outside of that, not much in terms of cameos. I will say this. I'm starting a new tier on Patreon. If you donate $50, you can get me to do a cameo for whatever project you're working on. Because I really want to try to do that on my Patreon and really get it going. Prehistoric creatures would you add if you were to look into any interesting ones from the films in recent years? I mean, I just want cool dinosaurs. That's really it. Have you seen the Watcher films based on the horror movie? No, I have not. I watched The Witcher, and I'm going to be honest, I've watched it all the way through. Was not a fan of it. Hi, Jack. I am your Godzilla -1 review. You mentioned that King Kong might be in the public domain and thus everyone can use it. Would it be great to see the 96 version? Yes! I mean, the thing is, okay, the character and original stories in the public domain, I don't know about scripts. I don't know about certain film scripts would be considered public domain. Hi, how are you doing now after you announced you have bronchitis and your other announcement involving your location? I'm doing a lot better. The bronchitis is gone, thank God. That thing was a nightmare. And after the fire, I'm okay. It's still a little bit to adjust to, but accidents happen. I've heard it was an accident. It wasn't anything like serious, but some shit did happen, and I would have been more messed up if I was not here for it, or if I was here for it. The Phantom Menace is turning 25 next year. Okay, perfect. Actually, Luke, thank you. Phantom Menace turns 25, so I'll call it the 25th anniversary review. Thank you. That actually helps me a lot. Really appreciate that. Polar Express Santa Claus is my favorite. Yeah, because it's just Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is playing every role in that movie. Though I do like the belief and magic of it all. That, it's funny because one of our fan mailers sent in 2 movies, I think last week. They sent us in the original Transformers movie in 4K Blu-ray, but they also sent me the Polar Express. I'd have to talk about that. I should probably do that as an opening night this week. Is George the worst Bond? I don't know. I haven't watched that one. Have you seen White Buffalo? I have seen that. Bits of it. It actually doesn't look too bad. Oh yeah, I did mention that. I forgot about that. Fuck. Oh shit, I just found out the live-action Gamera movie is Gundam movie is going to be in January. Really? They're going to film it. Okay, cool. I didn't know how far in production they were. Thoughts on my own Kaiju cinematic... I thought of my own Kaiju cinematic universe where the first movie of Phase 1 would be another Kong remake, but the twist ending is where Kong lives. Okay, I kind of like that. Okay, here's the only thing I would say. Kong has to die. He has to. He just has to die, but have it where somebody takes like a blood sample or something and set that up for the next one is what I would do. The John Goodman Santa was in a live action from the live action year without a Santa Claus, not Rudolph. No. Okay. No, John Goodman, maybe not. I haven't seen that one, but John Goodman was in an animated film called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the movie. It was, I think, from like 1997, 1999, 2000. It was one of those direct-to-video films, although I did hear it had a limited theatrical release. But it was kind of a weird anomaly of a film. Like, it wasn't really a remake of the original Rankin-Bass short. It was more so just a movie. And they took liberties with it. They did some interesting stuff with it. But I do remember watching it in like a school and kind of liking it. I'd never seen it. I was like, wow, okay, this ain't too bad of an adaptation. But I remember mostly John Goodman as Santa Claus, and then Whoopi Goldberg was like the evil witch. Whoopi Goldberg, oddly, was in a lot of obscure animated films throughout like the late 90s and early 2000s. It wasn't just that. It was like things like Pinocchio 3000. If anybody remembers that, let me know. But she was in a lot of stuff. That's where I kind of remember Whoopi Goldberg a lot. I didn't grow up with Sister Act. I didn't grow up with The View or any of that shit. I also remember Whoopi Goldberg. I think the first thing I ever saw her in was Karina. And it was in a trailer. I can't remember what. It was like some trailer on a VHS. And I've seen the movie. I'm like, oh, that wasn't too bad. But I much prefer her as a voice actress. I liked her as Fantasy in the Page Master, among a few other things. And she's good in that movie, which is fun. But yeah, that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie, I have talked about it before in my top 14 Christmas specials. And I talked about one of my favorite cliches is in there, the bad boyfriend. That shit, I love that. It's just classic bully. Like, Jim is the definitive version of that. But I would definitely recommend watching that one. Holy shit, we're getting a lot of super chats here. Damn, okay. Well, first of all, if I remade Room Alpha take place in 1940 with swing music, I kind of like that idea, actually. Cool stuff. Super chat from John McKing, too, actually. Thank you so much. John McKinney says, first off, if there was another Kong remake, would you see an interpretation of Skull Island with both animals and dinosaurias living together with Kong? Okay, so I would go more for what they were planning with Creation, where there are dinosaurs, but there's also things like Arsinotheriums and mammoths, but just like in one or two scenes in like the background. I think the main focus would be the dinosaurs. I think, but if anything, I would probably make Kong the only real mammal on the island. I mean, sure, there'd be like other lizards and reptiles on the island, but like little scattered and bugs and shit. But I think more so for an ecosystem, it would be mostly dinosaurs. That's what I want. I just want to go back to those Lost World days, basically. And then another super chat. Thank you so much. John McKinney says, i.e. lions, tigers, leopards living together with T-Rex and velociraptors, it would be at least something new. It would be new. Maybe not lions and tigers, but definitely, I mean, saber-toothed tigers would be okay. Mammoths would be okay. Maybe a sloth in the background. But I mean, like, even tigers, that was planned for the 96 Kong, that Denham and them would be filming a tiger in, like, Sumatra or something. That's what I would do. But again, thank you so much for those super chats, guys. Keep those up. Really appreciate it. Definitely helps out the channel immensely. It would be really, really stupid if they made King Kong X Godzilla Holiday Special. I'm going to be honest, why do I kind of want that? Because you know what? One of my guilty... Okay, I'll say this. I love my Christmas movies. I love my Christmas specials, but my ultimate guilty Christmas movie, the one I can watch despite how horrible it is the Star Wars Holiday Special. In fact, I had to choose between the movie I'm going to review this Christmas and the Holiday Special. And I'm going to be real with you. I don't think I could review the Star Wars Holiday Special because, first of all, everybody's talked about it. Everybody knows what it is. But second of all, it's not a theatrical Star Wars movie. That's going to be my rule with Star Wars films is I'm only going to cover the theatrically released movies. I'm not going to talk about really anything for television. I mean, I will briefly mention the Clone Wars. I love the Clone Wars. I love Rebels. I love that shit. But when it comes to I'm just going to stick to the theatrical Star Wars movies. Like, after the prequels, I'm going to talk about the sequel trilogy. Then maybe some stuff on the side. The 3 spin-off trilogies. So, Clone Wars movie, Rogue One, and Solo will probably be it. And depends. I mean, by that point, there might be more Star Wars movies. We never know. Let's see here. Okay, so thank you for that comment. The first Godzilla movie in the Phase 1 would also be a remake of the twist ending. Yeah, I agree. I like that idea. I mean, Godzilla Minus 1 is that. Santa, Merry Christmas, kids. Incoming. Godzilla shoots Santa out of the sky with... Okay, I would love that. Can Santa ride Godzilla as one of his reindeer? Like, he doesn't need the reindeer. He's just got Godzilla. And it's the one where he's breathing fire backwards. It'd be hilarious. Somebody make fan art of that. I want to see a Kaiju movie, musical Broadway, and not Kaiju music. Oh, God, no. What if DreamWorks made a King Kong movie and not Disney? Okay, well, it'd have to be 2D animation. And second of all, they probably could have done that because Spielberg loves that shit. No Mandalorian? I mean, I've kind of touched about it in the Book of Boba Fett review I did with the Rancor, that's Kong episode. But, you know, I'll probably mention it at some point, but it's more so sticking with the theatrical Star Wars movies. Why are you talking your fan fiction? What fan fiction? What's the fan fiction he's talking about? I'm curious. No. I like fan fiction. Let's see. What is Godzilla talking about here? Hang on. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I like that idea actually. That's cool. Yeah. No shame in that, Clyder. You know, I write fan fictions. My fan fiction page is still up. It hasn't been updated in almost a decade. I was worried you might say that, Jack, but it would be upset. Enjoy the special for being so bad. Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure. It's my room. I like the riff tracks of it mostly. No Mandalorian. Okay, we already answered that. Let's see here. Already answered that. Holy shit. Okay. Are there any Let's Talk ideas you have? I have a few. I'm going to pull up my notes because I haven't touched these in a while. Let's Talks I thought would be easier to put together, but they are taking a tad longer. But that's okay. I've got plans for that. I've got ideas of what I want to do with that. I want to bring that back. It's just about time. And a lot of those are actually, what's great about those, they're not really relying on scripts. They more so just rely on other shit. Let's see here. Hang on a second. Let me go my... Yeah, so there's a couple ideas for Let's Talks. For a couple of Kong episodes, I want to discuss my idea of maybe doing the concept of a retro Kong video game that's like more traditional. I mean, everybody liked my What Sucks About 76. That has been a good topic of discussion. But I thought about doing follow-ups on What Sucks About Kong 33. And then as sort of a retribution of the Peter Jackson film, saying what's good about it. But I might combine those into when I do my revisits of those films when I hit episode 100. Other ideas I've had is in terms of just Let's Talk. I've wanted to talk about like a genre. Like I like doing that one I did on the Oscars on animation, like little side subjects that not many people talk about. Another one I want to talk about is things like Canadian Muppets. If you don't know what that is, Canadian Muppets are basically just like every time Canada tried to do like their own version of the Muppets with different shows and stuff, that's been an idea I've talked about for nostalgia. I've thought about like certain discussions like, stop motion, is it still a useful visual effect? The future of Universal Studios, which there's been a lot of updates. The Hunchback of Notre Dame live action remake, which honestly, I don't think is happening. I wanted to do a thing on what Your Movie Sucks did, which is the My Childhood Trauma. I wanted to do my own version of that, but that's almost like a decade old. I think it would be outdated a little bit. Talked about the Back to the Future sequel trilogy if they decide to do something, but what I actually think is the secret sequel trilogy. The Return of Dinomania. Did Game of Thrones pay off? No. I mean, I thought about putting my 2 cents on it at some point just to give me a chance to talk about it. I've got some ideas. I mean, one I called Stop Making Dragonheart Movies, because I watched the first one again. It's great. I don't see the point of the sequels. But I've had some ideas of what I want to do for Let's Talks at some point. There are some ideas on the table. All right, so thank you for that question. That was a good one. What's the first time you watched a Kong film? This is a good story. I've thought about this briefly. The first time I saw the original Kong was literally like 25 years ago. My uncle Walter and Scotty, who I love so dearly, my uncle Walter passed away like 15 years ago from cancer, but my uncle Scotty's still around. He's fucking kicking ass. But basically, they brought in a series of movies, like 4 films, and 2 of which became my favorite movies. We watched the original King Kong, and then oddly enough, King Kong Lives. That was my first time into the De Laurentiis films. So at the time when I watched King Kong Lives, I thought it was sort of just a spin-off, like sort of a what-if movie, which was interesting because it was weird to go from black and white to color. And then they showed me the first 2 Jaws films. Those were my first exposures to the original King Kong. I'm going to talk about that at some point in the documentary. I got a diverse ecosystem for my latest ecosystem Skull Island with a lot of dinosaurs and mammals. Okay, that sounds interesting. All right, we did get a super chat. Thank you so much. Again, John McKinney, thank you so much. Appreciate it. What are your thoughts on The Adjustment Bureau? It has Matt Damon. Okay, I fucking love that movie. I saw that on a whim, like a long time ago. God, that was a good movie. I forget about that once in a while. It's a decent film. I like the concept because I feel like we do live at times in an adjustment bureau. You want to do good things, but the adjustment bureau says no. I love that film. Man, you brought back some memories on that shit. That's awesome. I mean, I remember that. And anybody else remember Man on a Ledge with Sam Worthington? I remember seeing that. I think I saw that as a double feature with Red Tails, which I also liked. I liked that. Well, I liked Man on a Ledge. That was very, very much Alfred Hitchcock. It was very Hitchcock themed. And I think, God, we need more of those. Loved, man, that shit. That's a good movie, The Adjustment Bureau. Nice suggestion. Thank you. Again, thank you for that super chat. Really appreciate it, guys. Let's see here. Dude, that would be sick. Okay, Toon King. What did Toon King say? You think a Let's Talk video on Hayao Miyazaki made an anime Godzilla movie? Or how about just I would love, let me up the stakes here. I think Calendar will like this. Let's raise the stakes. Let's do a Godzilla movie by the creators of Akira. Yeah. Like, you know the booming track Requiem where it's like boom, boom, boom. Like, can we get a Godzilla movie like that with the Akira soundtrack? Because I hear Akira, I love Akira, but the soundtrack's phenomenal. I'm thinking that would be good for a Godzilla movie. It would just bring so much dread. I would love that. Like, imagine rescoring Godzilla -1 with the soundtrack to Akira. I love the soundtrack to -1, but adding Akira to that or Shin Godzilla would be haunting as shit. Oh my god. Which kaiju would win the fight? Destroya or Iris? Destroya. Kick his ass. Review the Hulk 2008. Again, if you donate to our Patreon, if you do the $150 mark, that can get you a BigJackFilms review, and then I can maybe start slowly reviewing the Marvel movies. Let's see here. Would you call Godzilla, Gamera, and Kong the best 3 monsters like Zeus? Yeah, I would say that. Can we add Cloverfield to that? Because he's so unappreciated. Be curious, new Hellboy movie. The Invisible Man was your funniest review. Really, Matthew? You thought that was the funniest one? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh yeah, it would be amazing if Akira like Godzilla movie cheeses my heart racing. Yeah, I know, it's a great idea. I just there you go, Toho. You're welcome. I mean, what was Akira made by Toho or Toei? I think it was Toho, so they could technically do it. Let's see here. Never thought that the Invisible Man killed a lot of people in this video. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. That shit. That man's a psychopath. That man's a serial killer. I really don't trust Godzilla being an anime. Yeah, that trilogy sucked, but Singular Point I have heard is really good. I did hear it was really decent. How would you introduce Anguirus in the Monsterverse? He would be a side character. He'd be sort of a cameo monster. Sort of like Baragon in GMK. Son of the Movie Nerd King, it would be definite yes. What was his question? Son of the Movie Nerd King. Let's see, Movie Nerd King. What did he bring up? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. That was that. Okay. I wouldn't mind joining the cinematic universe. I mean, you could be part of the Reviewverse. Who would win, Galactus or Unicron? You know what? My money's on Unicron. Unicron's awesome. Especially after Rise of the Beast, I came to appreciate Unicron a lot. That was cool that they didn't overuse him. Do a James Bond cosplay. Funny enough, my girlfriend and I were going to a wedding Friday. And what's funny is that I actually might have to dress in a suit, so you might see me as Bond. Who knows? -1 Godzilla's absolute. Oh, did you watch it, Eric? I hope you liked it. Let's see. Akira was TMS. Oh, so that same guys who did Little Nemo. Interesting. Wow. I don't know if it's true or not, but did you know the Tim Burton and Clive wanted to make their own Godzilla movie? Yeah, I mean, they kind of did with Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and on top of that, with the Gamera showing up in Frankenweenie, but then also finding out that Tim Burton visited Toho when they were filming, I think, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla or Godzilla and Mothra: The Battle of Earth. That was cool. I think he was doing, like, promotions for Batman Returns, and simultaneously they were filming those movies, so they invited him to the set. I think that's amazing. I think they probably saw Pee-wee and they said, hey, that guy's using Godzilla. Let's bring him over. This director's cool. Let's see. I don't know if it's true or not. Oh, yeah, we already did that. Oh, Toho just did as well. Oh, Toho did as well. Okay, yeah, so Toho did get involved. -1 is scarier than Earth Godzilla. Yep. He's more aggressive, but I do think Earth Godzilla was pretty cool. No, man, Singular Point was boring. I mean, I'll say a couple things. I like what they did with the monster designs, but then on top of that, I'll say this. I think Singular Point has my favorite rendition of the Godzilla theme. Fucking love that version. There's so many incarnations I love of it, but I much prefer that one. Would you think that Plagueis and English Bulldogs, I find them very sweet? Yeah, I mean, like, English Bulldogs are cute. They're fucking adorable. I love that shit. Yeah, that was awesome. Let's see here. Kong Phase 1 Cinematic Universe would have post-credit scene, atomic breath testing. Interesting idea. I would keep Kong limited, though. Let's see here. I'd love to see Miyazaki adapt Lovecraft. Miyazaki doing Cthulhu? Yes. I would not. Yeah, let's see. Whoever said G. Little Nemo is one of my favorite childhood films. Part of me wants to cover that, Dean. Part of me's been considering that because I love that film. Although it's weird because the VHS I owned cut a few scenes out, which is interesting. Who do you think would win in a fight? Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin or Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man? Oh shit. Wait. What happened? Guys, did we just lose it for a sec? Can you guys still see me?